The story begins in the Demon King's castle, where an assassin could be seen sneaking inside, carefully using his skills to navigate and look out for any guards, quietly taking the onlookers of the castle, ensuring his presence not to be seen. Upon arriving at the very top, he broke the castle's barrier, alerting the Demon Queen of his presence. Face to face, the Demon Queen welcomes the MC. A few hours before this started, the MC was in a party discussing their plans on finding a path towards the Demon Queen. Although he suggests climbing vines, the party ultimately disagrees, sticking to the original plans they had. The warrior Almeria and the high priestess Seraphine, with the sorcerer Lena, and last the holy knight Elvi, will initiate, drawing the Demon Queen's attentions towards them, leaving the MC to utilize his assassin class and assassinate her. With high hopes, they see this plan winning. As the party take a quick rest, the MC suddenly turned on his vanished skills, silently leaving, but is immediately stopped by the warrior. He excused himself of going to the bathroom, inviting her in the process, although she outright denied. The situation suddenly escalated as he faced the Demon Queen one-to-one, striking one another with their powerful magic towards one another. But the MC ultimately dodges her attacks, easily scaring the Queen and intimidating her as he questions the Queen if she ever been in a real battle. With his taunts, she immediately became disorganized with her attacks, leaving her demise to be met suddenly as he struck his sword right into her head. She fell to the ground, admitting her defeat, announcing the withdrawal of the Demon King's army. But he then immediately corrects her, as he demands her last words, striking her down. After the rest of his party soon found out the situation, the MC headed back to the king in the middle of the night, announcing the Demon King's assassination, being complimented and praised for it. The king didn't expect he would solo the mission, questioning if he has any unique skill set, but to his surprise he doesn't, as his abilities is just normal, and if used properly is deadly enough as its own category. The king sees his hardships but also boasting his achievements. He pointed out that his team members reported significant improvement ever since he joined, seeing as they stood no chance against the Demon King, exclaiming without the MC they couldn't even dream stepping foot into the Demon Castle. The king wanted him to give the title of the legendary assassin, seeing as how he slayed the Demon King alone. Although he denies this, the king wanted him to feast, but he also declined the offer. With that being said, he still can't let a legendary assassin like him go back empty-handed, as it would disgrace the name of the king's family. He offered numerous things like gorgeous women, fame, or even riches. The MC ponders for a moment, although all he could think about was getting orders to eliminate individuals. The king stepped in for a brief moment, worried as he might think of marrying his daughter. Although he doesn't want to, he suddenly remembered Almeria's words of living an ordinary life. He then pursued this to the king, as he wants to live in peace without any trickery and the worry of getting betrayed. The king abides to his wishes, shaking hands, thanking for his service. As he left, the king notices a cat wandering the castle grounds. The MC suddenly removed the collar, revealing his secret, as the Demon Queen didn't die at his hands but lost her powers and turned into a companion in exchange for living. The queen managed to hear his wishes of living an ordinary life. As such, she is now just a normal demon with powers and having a necklace that prohibits the use of excessive magic power. She pointed out that the weird guy that managed to defeat her was all along a very lonely man. She exclaims of being grateful and releasing her, calling out his sweetness, especially for an assassin. As the night ends, the MC throws away his old life, pursuing the ordinary life he wishes to. After a while, his ordinary life continued. Not only he ate, but he performed rituals in bed, then repeated the same process over and over again. The Demon King suddenly pointed out, seeing as this is not normal even for her. Her boredom showed, as the last few activities of a normal human was enjoyable to say the least, but after doing it so many times she only realized that demons and humans could have developed a closer relationship by doing this, showcasing that she was a virgin and indicating her addictiveness to this. He previously talked to her if she feel uncomfortable following him, although she seemed to be sincere with her words of offering everything she could towards him, seeing as how they are intimate in bed and to one another. They suddenly got a knock from the door. Upon answering, the lady seems concerned. She questions the moans coming from his room only at night, and in the morning pondering something mischievous. Although a cat suddenly revealed itself, showing her misunderstanding towards the situation. She questions his daily life. But he answered outright with no sugarcoating of eating, sleeping, and devouring women, shocking the lady, confusing the MC if he said something wrong, although she corrected her words about his professions. This gave him an idea on what an ordinary life should be, as one should have a job. He also is worried considering the money he brought is about to run out. Although he could ask for more, but it's definitely not the normal life he's looking for, he exclaims of seeking a job. Hearing this, she suggested that he should be an adventurer. He turned down the suggestion, not being physically fit for that life. Nevertheless, being an adventurer is not normal. She then had the idea he could try applying for a staff of the Adventurers Guild. Not needing raw strength, with this in mind, he headed for the Adventurer Guild. Upon inquiring to the receptionist, he gets questioned if registering as an adventurer or for a quest. Although he answered of looking for a recruitment, the chief was called to the front. Upon arriving, he gets invited to the back for an interview. Seeing it's his first time, it fits his goal of being normal, pondering to perform the best he can. The chief introduces herself as Iris, being the branch director. He sat down, being questioned about his personal experience. She perceived his answers, being disappointed as he doesn't seem to have the basic knowledge, let alone experience, in the field he's working. Iris gets mad, pointing out of looking for more staffs but not accepting any random person without experience. Although it wasn't his intention, he finds this a bit troublesome. Even though he revealed his former job, she wouldn't believe it, plus it would add more troublesome things. Iris shrugged this off, as it doesn't matter who or where he is, as long as he's capable. With this, she continues the interview on judging his abilities. The MC finds things much easier. He then questions the words capable, asking to describe it. As she was talking, the MC flicked a rock at the window, causing Iris to notice this. In just a second, his presence became silent and unnoticed, stealing her undergarments in the process. Shortly after, she turns around again, questioning if he is capable, although he suggests being capable enough for her qualification. She sees this being arrogant, questioning if he thinks anyone can do so with little effort. He then pulled out her undergarments, being shocked and flustered as she didn't knew it was being stolen moments earlier. Upon confirming it's missing, she questions when and how, suggesting he must have used spells. But he only did it in under a second when she heard the noise. This is due to his skill of max efficiency, concealing and erasing his presence. Directing her sights was the groundwork. Despite it's his first time doing so, he is confident with his skills, being an absolute pro. He finds the ordinary interview to be pretty difficult, leaving Iris to shake and tremble, not realizing it was gone. She shook profusely, leaving the MC to put it back on. This left her to notice this, being embarrassed and angered, filling her mind, leaving her in distraught over and over. She pointed out that he is capable, admitting that he barely passed the test, although she grits her teeth, admitting to hiring him and wanting to work with them, not allowing the MC to work elsewhere. His first day at work, he puts on glasses for a normal job. The Demon Queen assures of not misbehaving while he's gone. She finds satisfaction seeing him enthusiastic in getting a regular job with low salary, despite his ability to earn months' worth of expenses by taking one assassination request. He soon arrived at the Adventurers Guild, being praised as he was able to pass the interview. Almost all of the staff members was recruited from different facilities, leaving the MC to be the only one recruited by her, especially being immediately approved with such high evaluation. She sees him to be really good. Before getting, she gave him a quick tour around the facility, leaving the MC to be mesmerized on what an ordinary job looks like. He gets questioned if he's unsure about anything. He responded about adventurers not having acquired much knowledge about that profession yet. She explains adventurers are individuals going to a dangerous journey, fulfilling requests and exchanging rare materials with money. He finds this shocking, as they are a bunch of rookies who do whatever they are asked to do. She became horrified hearing his words, asking not to say things like it. She gave an example of adventurers returning the materials they were asked to collect. She showed the identifying process. The MC gets introduced newly but is laughed and mocked for being an inexperienced rookie working in here. Morley exclaims that he would be just in the way of AC rank adventurers such as himself. He finds this so-called jacks of all trades to be arrogant despite their inability to master anything. Shortly after the identifying process finished, he questions if it's alright to let other leaves getting mixed in with other herbs. Morley gets pissed, pondering about his sneaky attitude. He wonders if he's disrespecting his work. Although he doesn't, he seems to, but regardless, he boasts his adventuring work and doing countless quest examinations, being so arrogant, pointing that he offended the pride of a planned master. The MC shortly gets brief about this certification. The MC doesn't seem to care and asks him to take a closer look, pointing out that it's different. With this, it's concluded that only half are qualified for the quest. The MC seems disappointed if this is what a professional work is. Not being impressed about it, Morley gets anger and tried assaulting Lauren, although he stumbles on his feet, storming out of the assessment room. Milia breathes a sigh of relief, being thankful for his good observation, although he exclaims the situation being dangerous, as the inability to finish one's task would result in death. But he seems to not find the norm in the situation, wondering if he would receive torture for his failure, or will use a poisonous pill to commit suicide. Confusing Milia on his use of words, he ponders if not every professional would apply these rules for themselves. Milia finds his humor to be strange and funny. Afterwards, his work corner was arranged by Morley, giving him tons of piled up work. Morley suggests Milia doesn't give him a helping hand, as the chief will fire him sooner or later. This left Lauren to find things like tidying up to be normal. The Demon Queen, disguised as a cat, questions if this is normal, coming here due to her boredom. She finds the situation ridiculous as he is working for a low-salary job. He points out not being an assassin and being normal. They then suddenly overheard the adventurers gossiping about the defeat of the Demon King. Seeing things bloom, especially the economy, this left Lauren to ponder that the other party members are busy celebrating their victory. The Demon Queen questions if he's fine with this, responding that fame and achievements are nothing to him. Besides, he already gave up the position as a legendary assassin. She finds him to be quite persistent, seeing his potential go to waste. Later on, he finishes his work, being offered by Milia to eat together. He then suddenly noticed Morley coming out using the back door. Upon going outside for lunch, he finds himself cornered by 3 adventurers that brought the herbs earlier. He then noticed Morley standing from a corner, as they are all connected with one another. He exclaims, not caring much about their problems and leaving shortly. With his back turned, they attacked him, although the swing isn't that fast. But he ponders dealing with these individuals will be a piece of cake, but a waste of his time, and being caught will result in him being talked bad about. This gave him the idea to take the punch, but is surprised as his bones are hardened. The adventurer gets even more angered, leaving him no choice to take them out swiftly. With the woman being left alone, he confronts her and pushed her against the wall, asking to set things a little secret between them. He seduces her slowly. Shortly after, Morley woke up hearing weird noises. Upon a closer look, Lauren is seen engaging with the female adventurer, thrusting his sword. Morley is confused as this wasn't supposed to happen. This left Morley to head to the bathroom. Shortly after, Lauren was able to evade the bad rumors and is handed a guidebook. Flipping over the books, memorizing everything just from a glance, a D-Ran adventurer came by, giving off a suspicious look. As he handed over his identification papers, he seems to blink twice, asking to take every rank quest. Lauren seems to be curious and immediately spotted the fake and evidence of magical modification imprinted on the paper. He noticed the small things immediately as he go from relaxed to being back to being stressed. The adventurer acquiring for quests is then denied requests due to their regulations. Being confronted, Milia couldn't seem to hold her ground, being mocked at while Morley is asking her to apologize for the mistake. This left her to apologize to the enraged D-Rank adventurer. Milia gestured to Lauren. Seeing as how their reasoning isn't enough, it left the suspect adventurer to bombard them with hateful criticism. Lauren steps in, trying to burn the paper, but he has seen through it, already being casted with an advanced defensive spell. He maximizes his magic, altering the spell, burning the paper into ashes. The adventurer became enraged, revealing spending a lot of money for the fake papers. With his crimes being stated and being disabled to purchase goods, Lauren finds this type of work to be laughable. Pondering he would have done things differently, as the attention to details reflect one's capability in a field of work, he exclaims that he should appreciate being an adventurer and not an assassin, as this would result him losing his life. The suspected adventurer tried running away but is then chased and apprehended by Lauren, being clapped at by the other guild members for catching the counterfeit user. Shortly after, the suspect was arrested, leaving Milia to praise and compliment for his work. Milia became enchanted by his words and immediately fell in love with his composure and reliable vibe. Another day passed by. Milia and Morley were talking about spending their days off, inviting Milia over, but she turned down the offer. Lauren is then questioned his residence. He responded, pointing his residence to an inn. This shocked Milia, pondering if he's actually rich, as common folks usually find a house near to their place. This information shocked Lauren, as it's quite reasonable, especially having a stable job, pondering that it's just common sense. Due to his previous life, he never had an actual fixed workplace before, as the only thing was in his mind always. This is also due to tracking the target's every moves, so he never really considered finding long-term accommodations. Milia wonders if he already lost all his salary on rental fees. Milia is pointed out of being a noisy little girl, confusing her, as she assumed hearing a woman. He ponders of the idea on having a house. Milia suggested helping him pick a local and ideal house for him. Later, as she left, he ponders about her words being busy earlier, although the Demon Queen hinted that it's just a normal way for women to do so in order to let someone down gently. As tomorrow arrives, Lauren is seen with a cat. Milia tried approaching but is ignored. After looking at the first house, they turned it down. Even though Milia had the idea of being close to her house, it would be ideal for her to go to work together, but is met with disappointed as Lauren refused the offer. They find searching up for a house to be exhausting. They shortly arrived at the last one, being in the outskirts of the city. The Demon Queen in his shoulders finds the place to be quite content with her. As they plan to head inside, Lauren immediately is startled, sensing danger inside, telling Milia to wait outside. They headed in, sensing something of a dark aura leaking out from everywhere. They stumbled upon a dark phantasm inside one of the rooms. Lauren immediately readied his magic, immediately purifying and eliminating the thread. The Demon Queen pointed out his abilities being an extraordinary one, as the demons call it the magic armor. He then decided to take this place. Milia seems happy, suggesting to help him move in. She suggested of bringing over a delicious lunch, being shown loved by the people around him. The Demon Queen transforms, immediately being offered of doing some love-making activities, leaving her to be flustered. He then commands her to clean up the place, leaving her to stomp off in anger, calling out Lauren to be a jerk. The Demon Queen fell as the floor collapsed, being a troublesome woman. As they finished cleaning up the place, the Demon Queen is introduced as just a normal demon, being labeled as Lelia. Milia seems wary and scared, but is assured of not being able to use magic. Milia gets angered as she ate the food, enjoying their time and company together. They once again started cleaning, which Milia seems to notice that Lelia was struggling in cleaning the windows. This made her try summoning her beasts, but to no avail. Milia made fun of her for not having magic and teasing her. Later, Lauren was offered for dinner, which he gladly accepted. Outside, he gets questioned about the noises earlier, which he pointed out of cleaning it up already. He revealed the entity being cleaned up was a dark phantasm. Although she finds this troublesome as it's a B-rank monster, she ponders if Lauren is an extremely powerful person, although he claims to be normal. Later that night, they enjoyed dinner as he was introduced to her family. Milia's father praises Lauren to have vast knowledge and experience, wondering if he gets bored living in a city like this. Although he doesn't seem to, Milia's father claims it's common for them to build a family and raise children, claiming it to be the way of a normal man like himself. This gave Lauren a shock as he heard the wise words of a normal man, being already content with his wife, as she gets terrifying if he ever tried laying eyes of another woman. Later that evening, he came back to his beloved Demon Queen, making love to her that night. The next day arrives. Lauren is assigned to the delivery counter. Being stationed here, he gets his first adventure of the day. He analyzed the skills and characteristic of the adventurers. He decided to give the D-rank adventurer an E-rank quest, although he denied asking to be given a quest in rank D. Lauren complies, giving him a quest for eliminating harmful birds. Lauren inquires about the quest with Milia, questioning if it's alright and giving a higher quest for him. Morley enters and not be worried of trivial things. Although the two discuss things over, it seems Morley is ignored, with the end decision being only being left to be given the quest for the adventurer. Lauren sees this and asks if Milia could take over the counter. Heading outside, the chief questions his intentions, using the reason of checking up on the adventurer who took the quest he's in charge of. The chief pointed out all sort of rumors around the guild about him. Although Lauren seems to point out just doing his job, she confronted his previous background, not even changing his name, and finding him much nicer than what he heard. She brushed this off since he is not close with anyone anyway, not minding about his past. Lauren all of a sudden teases her as she checked her panties, flustering about the idea that he already seen it. Later that afternoon he decided to put the glasses back as his aura and appearance changed suddenly due to this. He threaded towards the place, stumbling upon the D-rank adventurer. He seems to be struggling, almost taking himself out. Lauren finds the situation dangerous, as proceeding with his current strategy it would result in himself being taken out. Left with no choice, he approached the adventurer and, pointing out the killer falcon being the hunter of the sky, he points out that he should put up bait, although it would react heavily to moving targets. Although this area doesn't have any small animals, leaving with no other choice as it's the most effective way, the D-rank adventurer finds this to be impossible, although Lauren tells him to stop thinking that way, but to have more guts. If he can't, he should quit on being an archer going forward. Having enough courage, he proceeded to try Lauren's idea, heading straight on for the falcon hunter's dive towards him, leaving Lauren to be satisfied with the results. The whole ordeal took an hour. Upon arriving back, Milia is worried as she got teased by the chief using the excuse of being in the bathroom and never getting out. He feels a lot better now and assured Milia. Morley seems to intervene but once again is ignored, leaving him to be left out from the conversation. As the day goes by, it seemingly is nearing the end of his shift when suddenly the D-rank adventurer earlier came back with good results, showing proof, and giving satisfaction on completing the quest that was given. The quest that was given. The adventurer is satisfied with the results, eager to learn more. He whispered in Lauren's ears and thanking him, although Lauren turned a blind eye to this, leaving Lauren to change up his appearance, and not stick with just the same one.